Lawi. The sun will rise from the east and set to the west on a beautiful African day. The beauty in the river as the water flows, and I can't do nothing but swim. It's amazing how nature falls in sync. I see the reason why he said it was good.
My name is Emmanuel Kaunda, chairperson of the local organizing committee of the Pan-African Fisheries Association, abbreviated as Paffa. Over the years, it's been realized by the scientists that there is a great wealth of knowledge that has been generated, but on the other hand, the fishery stocks are being dissipated and the fishery stocks are being threatened, and these two can't speak to each other. Therefore, the scientists sat down and thought that we should have a forum where we must come together, share the knowledge that has been generated so that it can help in the conservation of the stocks. With that idea, a team of scientists came together and formed this group, which is more or less loose grouping, known as the Pan-African Fisheries Association. It comprises all the scientists in Africa, but not just Africa, but all scientists that have got interest on the fisheries, aquaculture of the African continent. In this case, we've got our International Organizing Committee, which is chaired by Professor Jos Nooks, who is from the Tervuren Museum in Belgium. That just shows how diverse this group is. The first of these meetings was held in Senegal in 1994, and the second was held in Grahamstown in 1998, and this is the sixth one. And it brings together, as I said, all people concerned about conservation, people concerned about science, people concerned about policy, people concerned about development of aquaculture. And we are very honored this year that this very unique gathering, which only happens every 4 or 5 years, will now be held in Malawi. And in particular, a stakeholder of us in Malawi agreed that we form up a committee, and that comes from, or starting from Fisheries Department, World Fish Center, GIZ, Mzuzu University, MAST, University of Malawi, and also other organizations, USID, FAO, all the stakeholders. We came together to form up this committee in order to organize this event so that this event becomes a memorable event. This event is particularly very important for Malawi because I do think that right now Malawi is at a tipping point. We've talked so much about aquaculture growth, and it has never really grown. For years, we had presidential initiative in aquaculture development in 2005 to 2015. We thought we would hit 10,000 tons, but as of now, we're still staggering around 4,000 or 5,000 metric tons per annum. Our neighboring countries have done very well. Now the question arises, why not Malawi? So this to us is, as I said, a tipping point where we want the scientists to come and even help us and assist us in development of the strategies that are going to transform the fisheries sector. That is aquaculture. Coming up to capture fisheries, we also have got a challenge. Either some stocks have gone. If you go to Lake Malombe, we used to harvest 10,000 tons in the 1980s. Now, there's not even almost a ton that you can get from the lake. All is gone. And that's a huge economic loss to the country. Because if you think about it, 10 tons times 2,000 per kilo, that's quite reasonable money. But now all those tonnage have almost been replaced by Usipa, which is not as economic in value as the Chambo. So we're talking about real issues here and very important. Now inside this, we're going to have side meetings. Typical one side meeting that we think is going to help the country is a side meeting which we're going to have, which we've called Malawi Aquaculture Investment Forum. which is being coordinated by the Malawi Investment Trade Center, MITC. That we're going to bring investors, we're going to talk about projects, and we're going to talk about investors to investors. So we have B2B, business to business interactions, but also business to government interactions. An investor must interrogate the issues. Why is it difficult to invest in agriculture in Malawi? All this is going to happen at this forum. We're going to have side meetings like aquaculture, which is a regional training program for all the SADC regions. So we already got participants that are coming. And we're going to have SADC Secretariat coming in. We're going to have World Fish Center from headquarters in Penang coming and attending this. We're also going to have FAO, Rome coming into this. GIZ is supporting this fully. So we hope to have the ambassador, His Excellency, there. USAID is supporting this fully. So we hope to have the ambassador from the United States of America to attend this. So it's a memorable time, and it's a time which is very unique in Malawi. This is the first time Malawi is holding this kind of event. I also think that this event is going to transform, not necessarily, but contribute to the economic growth. We already have got about 200 presenters coming outside Malawi from about 40 countries. That's not small. If our tourism industry does pick very well, I'm sure this is an input to our economy. So it's generally a very good event that we're looking forward to, and we hope that this is going to be a success for the country, for our farmers, for policymakers, for our scientists, and not all about that, also for our own students. So I hope student participation is going to be key from all the public universities.
My name is Beat Chilola. I'm the national coordinator for the aquaculture value chains for higher income in Malawi, which is being sponsored by GIZ Malawi. We are part of this Paffa conference. The aim of this meeting is to bring together various actors in the fisheries sector, both aquaculture and capture fisheries, to share knowledge, information, research information, ideas, and modern technologies within the fisheries sector. Malawi will benefit a lot on this in terms of exposure, plus we'll get a pool of fisheries experts together, so that will be quite a boost to the Malawi fisheries sector. And on top of that, we also intend to promote tourism, because these people, we are expecting a lot of delegates from outside, and we expect them to visit some tourist attraction centers throughout. So this will be a very good opportunity for the Malawi nation.
We're far advanced in preparations. We have just made a final call for a final announcement calling for any proposals, abstracts. Right now, we are booking up the accommodation itself, we're arranging the transport itself, and so it's very, very advanced. Very shortly, we'll be seeing a program released, we'll be seeing a book of abstracts printed, we'll be seeing all those little nitty-gritty things taken aboard.
My name is Joseph Nagoli. I'm the head of Wildfish in Malawi. We are based in Zomba. The Paffa is a very important conference, not only in Malawi but the whole world. This is a conference that is done every 4 years, and where experts from the fisheries sector, both aquaculture and fisheries, come together from all walks of life, from all angles of the world. So as World Fish being a research institution that looks at fish and fisheries and our aquatic sciences, we are so excited that we can meet at one place and discuss issues pertaining to the development of aquaculture and fisheries. So this Paffa is a very, very important conference for World Fish to advance our research, but also to disseminate what we've been doing in fisheries and aquaculture in Malawi, but also in the world.
Africa, oh Africa, my motherland. Africa, oh Africa.
Yeah, I'm Benjamin Kondowe from Zuzu University, particularly in the Department of Fisheries and Aquatic Sciences. As an institution, we are involved in projects, we are involved in research with our students. So this conference really offers us a very good platform where we as members of staff and even our students can showcase what Mzuni, particularly the Department of Fisheries, is doing as far as research is concerned. As you know, fisheries is very wide, and we are involved in several activities in terms of research. For instance, we are doing research in aquaculture, in capture fisheries. So this conference is really a very good platform where we can showcase our research, our findings, and then at the same time we also hope that this conference will give us a platform where we can meet possible partners that we can work with in the future, so that we continue doing research, we continue helping this country, we continue developing this country in terms of fisheries within the fishery sector, so that really our fishery sector can develop. Of course, it is already developing, and I would want the fishery sector to develop to that a point where we can be even exporting good quality products outside Malawi, so that as a country we benefit, as an institution we benefit, and then everyone else should be happy.
The expectation to me is, number one, as I said, very high would be the knowledge that's going to be gained to further the economy in terms of the fishery sector of Malawi. We do hope that with international scientists, we will be better educated on how to tackle and how to move the fishery sector from where it is now to where we want it to be. So the expectation is a transformation of the fishery sector in Malawi by hosting this prestigious event.
I call you home. Oh, Africa, I love you more. Oh, Africa, Natindi to know. Oh, Africa, God's power in creation is shown. I'm looking at the beautiful skies and the